Welcome back to week 11. We are back in Otari. Y'all beat a dragon up last time? I think that's what happened last. It was pretty hairy there for a bit. Couple party members almost died. But somehow you all made it through. There was a couple of insanely lucky, really, really good crits you got in there that just demolished this poor dragon's health. It rushed at you, it caught you by surprise, it almost killed Ogden right off the bat. And then as you were trying to escape and pulling Ogden's like nearly lifeless body away, propping him up with healing spells, Ashay tried to rush back in and grab Ogden's magic sword, which he left behind, almost killing Ashay as the dragon quickly turned its attention entirely to her. But like I said, a couple really good crits in there, and the dragon was dead. And I believe that's pretty much exactly where we left off. So you know what? Why don't we just go directly to the map? And y'all can hop into exactly what you're doing here. So you're deep underground. Ding dong, the dragon is dead. Several of you are pretty wounded. What are you gonna do?
Holy shit, we killed the dragon!
Correct.
Is everyone all right?
I'm probably still shivering and cowering in fear because if this is true, I am still frightened.
Frightened should have ended in like a couple turns, so probably good now.
Oh, because I got it at the end, like the last round of combat.
Yeah, you probably had like a few. You're still like shaking off the fear, but it's not gonna last longer than like a few extra seconds here.
Here, let me start patching you guys up.
I can patch myself up, hopefully.
Should we move back into the chamber that we know is safe? We don't know what's past here at all.
That's probably a good idea.
I just would like to not get ambushed by anything else. That was very scary.
Is there anything like past here? It looks like the thing.
Okay, bye, Ashay.
Oh, okay. I wanted to see what was like if there was further stuff, but
I don't know if there
like-
is because I couldn't see that far. But I'm
Yeah, Shay,
scared.
when you ducked your head in there and just walked forward a little bit and kind of parted the haze of the spores and stuff in the room, you could see on the far side of the chamber another tunnel leading out.
all right. Well, we've got another tunnel for when we want it.
Does it lead to a metal door that we perhaps know the other side of it?
I did not look.
I would recommend against looking right now. Everything hurts.
I am going to treat wounds on myself.
I will treat wounds on Ogden.
If you're treating wounds on Ogden, I will treat wounds to oh wait, no. Never mind, I got Ayala and Ashay mixed up. I can also treat wounds Ogden. Do you have two people doing it at the same time or no?
If you want to treat wounds Ogden, I can treat wounds Nocti.
Oh, okay. That works.
Can I go into the second hour?
Yep. If you've resolved the first hour, feel free to move on.
Yep. I failed, but not critically so.
Fair enough. So has anyone succeeded yet on a heal?
I haven't rolled yet. Is there ingredients around that I might be able to find with natural medicine?
I rolled a 10.
10 is a fail. Unfortunately, so there's a lot of those mushrooms in the room, but you've already kind of identified those as pretty much all poisonous. So I'm gonna say probably not, unfortunately.
Okay. I rolled a 20.
All right, that's a success. So for the first hour we have one success. Is that correct? And then Shay's already pre-rolled the second hour. Because everyone else is still working on the first hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one success. Who are you treating, Ayala?
Yeah, I killed him.
Nocti.
Ah, that makes sense. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll that healing for Nocti, which I guess is 2d8. And then if you want to extend it to the full hour, you can do 2d8 times.
I would like to do that. So 48 or 2d8?
2 times
Okay.
parentheses 2d8 should do it.
Nocti's healthy.
There we go.
Happy cat noises.
Did we
Excellent.
loot Zopin's treasure last time?
Yes, that's where you got the smoking sword and all that.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
All right, so first hour passed. Eshay's already rolled second hour, but if anyone else wants to roll second hour, feel free to
I'll
do
roll
so.
a second hour for myself.
Fair enough. So I guess that just leaves Oswin, because I don't think Ogden can medicine, right?
No,
Sad.
I'm not smart enough.
Oof. Unfortunately, not a success.
Not a great roll.
16?
That is a pass. DC 15.
Health.
Health. All right.
If you guys want to, like, do looting stuff, I'm gonna spend another hour to try and see if I can patch myself up.
Do you think we can do anything with a dragon corpse? I mean, someone's probably interested in that sort of thing, right?
Probably. Alright, third hour, treat wounds.
You now have an emotional support kitty.
Alright, I got 7 points of healing.
Hmm.
If I heal for the whole hour, let's see. Double the hit points I regain. So that's 14. I'm back to full health.
Very good.
Does only a critical success removes the wounded, right? No, success.
Any success.
A
removes
success.
wounded. Yep.
Cool.
So as long as you get any healing out of your treat wounds, then you remove the wounded condition. Correct. Very nice. So you spent 10 minutes on that, right? Because you only took the 2d8?
I spent an hour on it,
Okay. Fair enough.
so I could bring myself up to full health.
Ah, I see. Okay, cool. So, while Ashay's doing that, Oswin, are you treating Ogden again? Or are you guys going to start looking through the room for loot? Or what's the plan while Ashay is treating her wounds?
I will guard the door to make sure we don't have any unexpected visitors. Now that...
I was going to say. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No worries, no worries.
Osmond's just gonna go and say if people are okay enough, I kind of want to check out what's in the dragon's little area. Or should we wait? You mentioned waiting.
Ogden still looks pretty hurt.
Okay, I'll work on healing one thing.
All right, might as well just give him a quick look.
Wow, I don't know, guys. Today, I'm really just not well.
There's so much poison in the air down here. You know, it's hard to do any real medicine.
I can pass you a healing potion if you need.
I have some. I can chug a couple. I'll see what I get from one healing potion. 2. Wow.
And that doesn't get rid of wounded. Then you had wounded 2, right?
No, I have wounded one.
I think either way, as long as you get healing, you just remove all of your wounded. I think that's how that works.
Ooh.
Oh, even with healing potion?
Oh, not with healing potion. Sorry. If
Oh.
you get treat wounds, you remove all your wounded. It doesn't matter, like if you're wounded 3 or whatever. I think that's how that works. We can double check it, but if that's not how it works, then fuck it. That's how it works in this game, because otherwise that's too much rolling for healing sitting around getting it done.
See, so we've spent 3 hours patching people up now, right?
I think so.
I believe so.
Hmm. Well,
So I believe you slept in yesterday, came back out about midday, and you've spent about 3 hours down here after all that, because it doesn't take you long to get down into the dungeon down here. So it's about 3, maybe 4 hours, depending on how slowly and stealthy you move through some places to get down to here. So it's it's like mid afternoon, maybe late afternoon.
okay. Hmm.
I mean, I'm good to keep exploring, just as long as we be careful not to get jumped on by any other dragons.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Alright.
what's up there under this chamber, and then we can go back and deal with the barricade.
That makes sense. I'm gonna peek into the room and make sure nothing's appeared since we left. Do I see anything?
All right, so we are back in exploration mode. So if
Yes.
everyone, if you want to be, exploring or whatever, not investigating, but like searching or investigating or whatever, any of those tasks, just let me know, and then we can handle the rolls for it. So if you're searching, go ahead and give me a secret perception roll. Also, yeah, that is
I
the
am
lowest value
searching.
healing potion ever.
Yeah, I got a 2 and then a 1.
Yep, that looks. These healing
Secret
potions were
Do I
ripoffs.
get to use my Whisper Elf?
I'll add it if it's relevant, I guess. That's such a tricky one. I don't see.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out how that one's supposed to apply in practice, because I think like if you're actively searching for something, like you think like I'm actively looking for people hiding, that's when you'd apply it. But I'm not actually sure, because of the way it's worded, that's a little strange.
What's the role that you'd wanted for search? Sorry.
Perception.
Okay, secret.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's pretty much always something. I need to look into that one more. Let me write a note to myself to remember, because it always comes back and I never remember. There's something about the way audible perception actually works in the game versus other types of perception. Okay, cool. Note taken. I'll look at that later. For now, I'll just handle it as something I will apply when it is relevant. Because it's weird that you would have to know something is there to apply the bonus in the first place when you're trying to do a secret check. Okay, so Ashay, Ayla, and Ogden entered the room with perception checks. Oswin, are you searching? Are you investigating? What are you doing walking in here?
He will. It's a good question. Field search.
Okay, so a secret perception check for you as well. Okay. So you all enter into the room, trying to figure out, what you can uncover down here. Yeah, all good. I'll just direct this at Ogden because you rolled the highest. Yeah, looking around the room, you can see up in the far corner over here appears to be quite a bit of shiny things kind of tucked away atop a cliff in the corner, like in a little nook in the room. You can, if you actually zoom in on the map over there, it's like a whole bunch of coins and gems and things in a chest.
What do I roll to see if it's trapped? Because I don't trust anything right now.
Yes, we've handled this before, and I think it was I think that's just another perception check, but yeah.
Oh, let me look at my actions. Hold
I'm
on.
pretty sure that's just another perception. Technically, I believe how that works is because you're taking the search activity. If your search roll was over the trap's stealth, then I would tell you about it, basically.
Okay.
I think you can stop and say I'd like to actively check though and make like a second roll. So if you want to make a second roll, you can go up to it or look at it from a distance, or whatever, and I'll just have you make a second secret roll. But yeah.
Okay, I would definitely do that.
Okay, so the cliff is decently high. It's a little bit slippery as well. You think it won't be the easiest thing to climb, but it won't take you very long to climb. It's only about a 15-foot high little cliff there.
Okay. Blind gem perception, because I don't trust the chest.
Yep, so you look around. It's hard to see from down here and from a distance, so you might need to climb up there in order to get a better look, but from down here you don't notice anything obvious. It would be an athletics check to attempt to climb, unless you want to apply some other strategy here. All right, yeah, easy enough. You see the treasure, you look, and you don't see anything too dangerous, so you just hop quickly up the side of this cliff and make it to the top. And yeah, you're standing in a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll go ahead and reveal that token for you to loot.
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 Ah, this all goes in the party stash.
Absolutely. I wonder why.
This is a wealthy dragon.
Yeah.
Dragons do like money.
I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna grab a blanket.
Sounds good.
In the meantime, while we are looking at the room, Nocti is sniffing the dragon and poking it, not sure that it's completely dead and still very afraid.
Yeah, it's definitely not moving. It got pretty charred by the electricity that killed it before. And so it's still kind of like faintly smoking and steaming just a little bit. But otherwise not moving, thankfully.
How? This might be an interesting question.
Yes.
Where is my skills here? What kind of would it be a crafting roll to peel scales off? Or was it the egg that made the necklaces, not the scales?
It was the egg that made the necklaces, but Yeah, go ahead and give me a crafting roll, though. Just in general, I like this. Will be a crafting recall knowledge check. So secret check, I guess.
We could also just try and bring the whole thing to the surface, right?
Yeah, so you definitely are aware, Ogden, that dragon scales are legendary for their qualities when being used to craft various things, whether it's their sturdiness to craft armor or some of their magical properties can be used to craft, fancy magic staves and things of that nature. Um, it's definitely a very valuable uh, corpse you've got here, just in general. But it is also very large and very heavy.
Um, how heavy do I think it is?
Heavy.
Heavy?
Heavy.
I mean, did you say it was
It's partly
it
the
was
weight. Yeah, so it's partly the weight of it. It's partly that um it's got 4 legs, 2 wings, a long head and a long tail. You've essentially got an 8 appendaged body here that is very hard for even 2 people to carry, even if 2 people could carry the weight, which might be difficult. It takes a lot of people to move this thing around when it's such dead weight like that.
I mean, we do have 4 people, a bear, and a cat.
Yeah, but it might take like it's not like a massive thing, right? But it's just because of how much like dead weight it is. You could either maybe do something to like bind up all the limbs so that it doesn't move around on you and stuff, or it might be like 1 person per limb to carry it essentially. Like it's just convoluted and messy, and yeah, you might each be able to grab like 2 legs, but then the arms are kind of hard to carry in each hand, and there's nothing really good to grab onto, and it's rough. Or you could get a cart or something maybe, but
does it look like we could easily wrap 50 feet of rope around it? Kind of make it like one of those Christmas trees that you're trying to transport on your car.
Place a couple of ropes together, get 100 feet of rope.
that's something that could potentially be attempted, yeah.
But I feel like
I will also just throw this out there. You all could attempt to bring it up yourself, right? You could also attempt to hire help in town, right? If it's worth the money to bring it back up. But if you're really anxious about like something else coming and taking the body before you, or you just don't want to pay the extra coin for it or whatever, you can definitely try to work it out yourselves.
Can I estimate how much I think a dragon body might be worth?
Yeah, give me a secret crafting check.
Okay.
Ooh, can I get in on that too?
Sure.
Can I make an argument for Lore Underworld?
No.
Damn it.
Not possible.
Not unless you're going to sell it on the black market.
I mean,
if you want to see how much it would go for on the black market, sure, you could do Lore Underworld.
You say this was a
yeah.
secret crafting check?
Yeah, to like figure out how much this dragon corpse would be worth if you sold it to like a master craftsman or something. See how much
Can
the
I do
scales
both? Find out either.
You have to pick one for a recall knowledge check,
okay.
I think is how that works. But you can pick whichever one is better for you.
I'm gonna pick Lore Underworld. Ah, darn it, that's not secret.
Yeah, man, give me a secret one.
Yep.
It doesn't count. It's gone forever.
Wait, that's crafting. Secret. Yeah.
All right, so Ayla, you've never heard of a whole dragon corpse being sold on the black market before. At least not with your connections. It's not really the type of trade you tend to participate in, unfortunately. You've heard of like some magic items and things that have been made with dragon parts, but that's a much harder calculation to do, and your figure wouldn't be very precise. Ashay and Oswin, though,
I did the calculations. I'm just not that good at math.
exactly, yeah. Ashay and Oswin, though, you both actually rolled the same total funnily enough, so I'll just give this information to you both equally. Um, you each know that, like, this isn't a terribly large dragon. There's not a lot to it. The scales probably aren't as good as like a full-grown dragon scales would be. All the other organs it's got probably aren't as good as a full-grown dragon's. But still, it might be enough material to make like one decent, strong draconic magic item from it. Basically, there's probably enough material here that could be harvested for that. And such a process and the raw materials that would be involved in that, you would imagine you'd be able to get this to a crafter for, if they could afford it, if you could find one that could afford this much, about 100 gold pieces, maybe a little more.
At selling price?
At selling price, yes.
Wow.
Looks at the emerald I just picked up. Well, what is this?
True.
Well, I would like to help with the trussing of the dragon.
Same.
Did you say over here was where the pathway was?
Yes. There's another pathway leading out of this chamber to the east.
All right, I'm gonna chug another healing potion. 5, haha. And I'm gonna go. I mean, I can't see down it, but
Yeah. So you look down it, and it's somewhat narrow, but it does go on for a ways. You can see the light starts to go out, right? But you don't see the end of it.
is it too narrow for me to walk into it?
No, it's wide enough for you to walk into. And also, you can see an end to it on the map, but your character does not. That's just because that's the edge of the Foundry map. It does go off into the distance.
Does it look like a tunnel that kobolds would be going in and out of? And is there like wax residue at all?
It's give me a recall knowledge check about that. What skills do you think would be relevant in figuring out kobold stuff here? If you got ideas for that already, or I can suggest some, but it's better if you suggest what's good for your character first.
Do you have Lore Underworld?
I will probably do a nature check because I think that's what I rolled in the ruins to see that there was wax on the walls and like wax drippings. So I'm going to be looking for the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. So nature, like to see if it's a natural tunnel, basically.
Well, to see if there's anything that's like not supposed to be there, like
Yeah.
wax drippings on a wall.
Yeah. I don't actually remember that information at all, but yeah, that's fine either way. I do think nature makes sense if you're trying to look for like, does this tunnel look natural or does it look like it was dug by hand or something like that, right? Or things like that, which it would tell you basically the same things. I think if you want to look for signs of have people been here, that's probably society. But yeah, nature is good for like, is this natural? And yeah, looking down this tunnel, it looks like a combination. Basically, you rolled pretty high. It looks to you like this was originally just like a natural tunnel leading just down into this cavern, but it's been expanded so it's more convenient to walk down. Like some rough edges and sort of bends have been expanded so that people can fit down it more easily. So you see some marks of like tools being used here, but not too many. Only in some small patches here and there.
I would hope to assume this is the tunnel that the kobolds were getting out of in the ruins, but without fully going down and exploring it, I couldn't say for sure.
Could I make a crafting check to truss up the dragon and maybe make a rope harness for Coda?
Ooh.
Sure. Rope
Can I
harness.
aid her in this?
Yeah, the rope harness for Coda so like Coda can drag it, basically.
Yeah. I'm assuming dragon scales are fairly difficult to break.
Yeah. So the thing about Coda is that Coda is a bear, but Coda is actually like a bear cub. Right? So the dragon is actually several times larger than Coda. Like Coda is strong, but they'll
Yeah,
still
he's
let
like
Coda help you at least. But yeah, Coda probably can't do it alone.
I could have Nocti help.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nocti and
strong.
Coda, Nocti the cat and Coda the bear are mechanically the same size with I think the same strength. This is true. So Coda is or similar strength at least. Coda is still a very small bear.
oh, I actually had a thought. I'm gonna reach into my backpack and pull out my tent that I have and ask the party if like there was any way that we could use this to wrap it rather
could
than
help.
having to use rope around the entire thing.
That could work, and maybe depending on how strong those poles are, we could maybe hold them to take some of the weight off of the animals.
Possibly.
So is this a public role?
Yes. Yeah, give me a crafting check, whoever is taking the lead on this. And if anyone else wants to assist, you can also give me
I
crafting
would like
checks.
to assist.
I
All right.
will take the lead.
Secret or not secret?
Not secret.
can only one person assist.
So technically you can all assist, but only a maximum of one success is counted. If that makes sense. You all have extra chances of getting a successful assist, but yeah. You don't stack if you all succeed, basically. All right. The funny thing is though, you can crit fail on the aid, which actually makes it worse for them. But though okay, so Ayala okay. Working through that. So yes. Working together, you do add the +1, which brings Ashay up to a total of a 12. And you start to figure some things out here. You start to wrap the dragon up, and it just seems like it's gonna be really cumbersome no matter what you do. You start just tying it up, and it's just got so many limbs, and all the limbs have so many joints, especially the wings are just so large and hard to like work with, and the whole body is kind of charred and fried, so it's like not very easy to move around. Some things are kind of stiff and awkwardly sticking out, and it's not an easy task you signed yourselves up for here to make this thing easy to carry. So you think it might be best if you get some help down here, get some extra people, and bring it back up later.
What about the gentleman who I forget his name? The Scottish one who we convinced that he was stronger than a bear.
Ooh. Maybe. Do I remember who he was?
I don't remember who he was. I can go through some of the NPCs, but I don't remember who
He
you
was
convinced.
the guy from the tug of war.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I introduced several NPCs. I think the one, if he was the guy that I pit against you as like a little bit of an antagonist, a little bit, like he was like really, really a little stuck up about it and like trash talking and stuff, that was probably the Smith, Carmen Rajani.
Does he have a red beard? I think I remember him having a red beard.
I don't think I have any NPCs with a red beard, but I could be mistaken.
I don't remember seeing
I need to.
So
It's a multiple. Since I like am sort of kit bashing multiple adventures here together. It's like all the information is scattered across several different things.
Yeah, I mean, whoever was the strong guy in the tug of war, we can go to convince him or try to.
yeah. One second. None of that's working. Whatever. Yeah, it's probably Carmen, I would assume. So Carmen's the smith as well, so it'd be perfect. He's just very competitive. He really got into that tug of war.
Understandable. It was a based tug of war.
Yeah, and if anyone would have played into like a pride play like that, like, oh, you think you're weaker than a bear? No, you got this. This is just evening the playing field. Yeah, that Carmen would have bought right into that. So that
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
what we had to do to get him
Yeah.
to agree to the bear existing.
This all makes sense. So anything else in this room? You think it's not going to be possible for you all to carry this dragon out yourselves? You've looted the treasure. So just recapping some options here. You've got the tunnel to the right, to the east out of here. And you still never went through that barricade far to the south of here. The barrels.
Yeah, I feel like we might want to heal up before we go to those barrels, because I don't think I'm ready for a fight right now.
Maybe
mean-
we check out the tunnel in front of us first, but I don't know.
If I still have some healing magic going, or that I can tap into if we do get into a fight. We can also just sit here another hour and I can try and patch you up.
Yeah, I would at least like to get rid of this wound in my chest.
Literally sitting
All
as
right.
bleeding.
Are pretty sharp.
Alright, let me see if this does anything.
It's just a nasty wound to work with. That's why you've had to attempt this multiple times. It's, the dragon bit right into Ogden and injected a bunch of poison. That's been just causing issues. and-
Success!
Nice. You
And you
finally
got
figured something
12
out.
points of healing.
That's exactly max.
Perfect.
Alright, so it only took 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, having to kind of peel away the armor from it kind of made it really hard.
Yeah.
Poor Ogden. Damn.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get one shot by a dragon, but it happened.
Mhm.
But I'm
Alright.
good to explore the barrels.
Yeah, I feel like that's our best bet because we're pretty sure it doesn't go very far versus that tunnel could just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, and we don't want to bring anyone else down here and put them in harm's way, especially with us not knowing what's behind those barrels.
That makes sense.
Alright, so y'all gonna head down there?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
Everybody stop for a second because I can just do a bit of shuffling.
Yeet.
Whee!
Every day you're shuffling.
Thank you, Pathfinding module, for letting you go speedrunning through the dungeon.
Well, we can go through walls. Wait, why am I dead? Oh, I'm
Oh,
just
you're
on top
on.
of the
You're
dead thing.
Shay just felt, what is that, transitively dead just by being near something dead.
You hit one of the walls too hard.
Feels like someone walked over my grave. It's fine.
All right. So, you're sitting here in front of this barricade. bunch of the crates and barrels and things stuffed in here. And as a reminder, sound of running water on the other side, and Ashay could just barely pick out the sound of like some faint arguing voices in the distance.
All right, are we gonna try to do this stealthily or?
I mean, it looks real rickety. I don't know if we're gonna be able to, right?
Yeah, I thought it was said that we could try, but it would be really hard. So
So
let's just
yeah,
break it down.
you can either, if you want to do it stealthily, you can roll for it, or you can just smash it down. That's up to you.
What do you use to smash?
Um, you just tell me you want the smash because it's easy. You just
Smash.
break it. Okay. You crunch and snap and pop and break all the barrels open. And they collapse
5
and roll out of the way.
barrels.
That was a convenient little button to hit.
Yeah. So here's all the running water you heard earlier. You've come to a fork in the path here. Well, you're heading downwards. This is like sloping downwards, which is why the water didn't flood into the room you were in previously. And the water is flowing from the east, the southeast, towards the northwest, sort of in the direction Nocti and Ashay are heading. The passageway continues down there. You can see a bend down there. But to the southeast, upwards a little bit, you can see more of that strange architecture you've seen in a few places around here. The beginnings of a few bits of brick, and there's some strange bits of like light glowing up there, it seems. Like it's not completely dark in that direction. There's an absolutely overpowering stench coming from the northwest. What do you all do?
Where is this sound coming from?
The sound of arguing that you were listening to before is coming from the northwest, the direction of the stench, downstream.
Downstream first, and then we can explore upstream later?
Sounds
Sounds
good to
good.
me.
Is this a cliff up? Is that why it's like pooling here?
It's a little bit of a step up, but it's not too much. The water just kind of slips down to the west a bit. It goes down a passage you can't fit in. Yeah, you can hear some voices now that you're getting up a little closer.
Do we roll perception or stealth? Stealth? Anyone stealth?
If you want to sneak up on them, that would be stealth, yeah. But you definitely hear the distinct voices of several different creatures bickering in this room.
If you want to sneak up on them, go ahead. I am really bad at sneaking.
I'm with you. I'll attempt to sneak though.
Sorry, that doesn't count, does it?
Unfortunately, well, I mean, if you want to use that for your initiative, if you're intending to not sneak, you can keep that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that was what I wanted.
Yeah, that's fine. You can just keep that.
I was just gonna stand where I am, and when things inevitably start going sideways, I will join the fight.
That makes sense. All right. Who else rolled stealth here? We got an Oswin, an Ogden, and yeah, okay, everybody's in. Is Coda keeping up with you, or is Coda gonna stay back a little bit?
I'll roll for him.
You don't need to roll stealth. I'm just curious if Coda is hanging back in the tunnel or not. Okay, cool.
I'll follow behind.
Yeah, I just want to establish that before we started. Perfect. So, all right. kill that. Kill that. And let me reveal to you your initiatives, because, yeah. So several of you rolled for stealth. You didn't roll terribly well, unfortunately. And you try to sneak into the room here, and you can kind of peek in a little bit as you're moving, and I'll describe it to you a bit. There's an overpowering stench in this chamber, like rotten fish mixed with oily sweat. The warm, humid air only adds to the atmosphere. Unlike the previous chambers, this one appears to be very natural. You don't see any signs of any tools being worked along here. There's stalactites, stalagmites. It's kind of hard to see exactly where the room ends. There's no like definite end to it. It just kind of like disappears into a mess of different piles of rocks and things. And you can see 3 of these strange reptilian creatures in the room, who are all currently arguing over a piece of meat. They're tugging back and forth and pushing each other out of the way, and they appear to not be getting along very well. They appear very aggressive. And as you attempt to shift your way into the room, Ogden, you're looking out in front of you, pushing your way along. And even though you're very confident in your sneaking abilities, you just step on one of the rocks in here, and it looks solid to you, but it just slipped under your foot a little bit. It kind of cracked and slid along the ground, making a scraping sound. And one of these things in the middle of the room stopped its bickering, shoved its hands to its allies on either side to like stop their bickering, and then just stop to listen. And you can tell you've pretty much been detected here. So I'm going to go ahead and get some combat music up, because that creature is going to go first. For real, for real. There we go.
Sad for real noises.
Exactly. So,
I do have a quick question before we start. I know raised shield is an action. If I was sneaking up with my shield raised, that gives me disadvantage on sneak, or how would that work?
So there is a separate activity you could take instead of sneak called, I think it's defend or something. That essentially is when you're in exploration mode, instead of getting 3 actions at a time, you only get 1 action at a time. So you can either choose to sneak with your action, or you can raise a shield as an action constantly, basically, right? It's like every round you spend your 1 action to raise a shield. If you were super good at sneak, I think at high levels of sneak, the sneak action actually says you can take the sneak action and a second action, and then you could do sneak and raise shield. But right now you're not trained well enough in sneak to pay attention to both being stealthy and keeping your shield up. But that is something you can do eventually. Or instead of sneaking, you can just walk around with your shield up, and that's fine too. That's another option. But for now, you were sneaking. Alright, so this creature over here is going to no longer be off guard, because he rolled higher than your stealth. He's going to... I don't think he knows your position yet. So he's going to first action seek. Just to see if he can find your exact location. He does not. Second action, he's going to pick up his club from the ground, which he had to set aside while he was fighting. And then he's just going to move in the general direction of the sound he heard, and just hope he stumbles across something. So he's going to wander up here, and eventually he makes line of sight with you along the way. So he's going to pivot. I'm trying to find every time I forget where speed is located on these. It's because I have to scroll down. Okay, so he can move to here in one movement. Doesn't quite bring him into range, but he's brandishing his club at you after all 3 of his actions, and just kind of shouts at you, which definitely brings full alert to the others. I don't know why we rotated up through all of the turns here, but it's because I rolled initiative for him, not just perception. That's funny. Okay, cool. There we go. Well, anyways, second creature. I swear I know how to Foundry. Second creature knows where you all are now, He's no longer off guard. It's going to take first action to pick up his weapon, second action to come over here. And I don't think he can do much else as his third action. I do want to make sure this thing, though. Da-da-da. Okay, yeah, that is how it works. Okay, cool. He's going to stay there, and he is going to attempt to demoralize you, Ogden. So he's going to make a check against your... hi, Lily. Hi. He's going to make a check against your will DC.
15.
All right. He does not pass against that. So he growls at you and points his club and kind of slams it against the rock next to him. But you're not phased yet. You're fully healed. You just killed a dragon. What the heck is this thing gonna do to you? Then Ashay, you hear this sound of commotion ahead of you, that triggering your jumping into combat. What do you do?
Can I see them?
If you can see them on the map, yes. If not, no.
Okay.
They probably have cover from you right now, but you can. There are valid targets.
I don't think fear does cover, does it?
Probably not, if it's not an attack roll. No. All right, so that's a will save, which it fails.
Fail's a critical fail.
Regular fail.
All right, it is frightened too.
All right. Boop. As it tries to frighten Ogden, and then Ashay, how does your fear spell manifest? Do you like whisper something arcane in its mind? Like, what do you do?
I'm just kind of gonna make hissing sounds and let some of that smoke that I had going yesterday just kind of blow its way.
Ah, okay. So yeah, it tries to scare Ogden away, and then it hears this hissing sound, and smoke just appears behind Ogden and rolls out across the floor, and it kind of gets taken aback by this a little bit and almost drops its club, but it maintains its composure. What do you do with your last action?
I'm gonna cast guidance on Ogden.
All right. Boop. Guidance for Ogden.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. I guess that's good to add too. Cool. Ogden, speaking of, it's your turn.
All right. What are the rules for running through enemies? You can pass by enemies.
I'm sorry.
As long as you don't end up there. Oh.
One thing I need to handle on Ashay's turn first, because I totally forgot, and this is on me. Ashay, now that they're close to you and you started your turn, I need you to make a fortitude save. Ogden will as well once it becomes Ogden's turn. Okay, so you are sickened by the smell they are just exuding. Just this horrible, oily, fishy, sweaty smell. That's just like making the air thick around you. So you're sickened, which you take a status penalty equal to this value. It's kind of like frightened. However, you can take a single action to attempt to retch and recover from it. But it didn't apply on your turn, so on next turn it'll be good. But Ogden, now that I've actually remembered, it's your turn. At the start of your turn, I need a fortitude save from you.
Okay, fortitude save.
All right, that is a pass. So you are not sickened. You managed to choke back that feeling and just push through it, and you're okay for now. Now you have your turn. I'm sorry for the interruption.
No, it's okay. How does running through enemies work?
I don't think it does.
Okay, so I couldn't move here.
I think they control their own spaces. I don't think you can run through them. No.
Okay. I guess I'll take...
Moving through creature space. You can only move through the space of a willing creature. If you want to move through an unwilling creature space, you can tumble through that creature space using acrobatics. I think that's an action because tumble through is capitalized.
Okay.
So tumble through.
No, it's okay. If it's an action, I'm not gonna cook with that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just gonna stride up, and the one that's feared, the one that growled at me, I'm a do the striking. Critical hit.
That is a critical hit, yeah. Holy hell.
And that critical damage is gonna be 22.
Sheesh. Okay, well, you walk right up. It kind of you see that moment where it almost drops its club. You know, like this is the moment to strike, and you just swiftly take a few steps forward and strike out with your rapier directly under its chin, and yeah, it's dead. Just one shot.
Oh. All right, I guess I'll attack the other one.
As Ogden
the
just
dragon.
steps forward like a badass and just murders.
And I'm going to toggle guidance on, so I have a +7. So a 20 will hit. Oh, not critical damage. No. I almost pressed the wrong thing. But that is 13 damage.
Nice. All right, so you hit it for 13 damage. It watches you just stab its friend and kind of like it jumps back in disbelief at this, like the sudden fatality you unleash, and then you just swipe over at it as well. Was that was including your multi-attack bundle? So yes, okay, perfect. So you got it, you hit it, you dealt a bunch of damage. That's all three
That's my
actions.
turn.
Yes. All right, so this one no longer off guard. First action, pick up its club. Second action, it is going to actually I take it back slightly. First action, it's going to pick up a javelin from its back. Second action, it's going to move up here, and then third action, it's going to throw a javelin at you, Ogden, even though it's got cover from its ally being right there. All right. An 18 to hit.
Does not hit.
You deflect the javelin with your shield real quick, and that's its turn. So, Ayala, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna draw my spell book with my first action, and then I'm gonna start some wind. And at the same time, I'm also going to make an elemental blast.
All right, they have cover from this.
Yes. Elemental blast, one action. And we're gonna roll 28 to hit.
No, I mean, it's a natural 20. So, yes, that is a critical hit.
All right. For 8 electricity.
All right. As Ogden slices across it, and it's barely finished recovering from that blow. And an arc of electricity hits it directly in the chest, and it vibrates in place for a second, and then collapses to the floor, dead.
All right, and I'll use my third action to command a Nocti.
Wait. You drew your spell book. You did your aura, and the elemental blast was part of the aura?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Kineticist has some weird action chaining things that I'm still getting used to. But yes, that sounds
Okay.
accurate to me.
Cool.
So Nocti's gonna move up here.
Okay.
And then Nocti's gonna bite.
All right. Can both you and Nocti give me fortitude saves, because I forgot to ask you to do that.
All right. Fortitude.
It didn't matter for your earlier hit because you were going to crit no matter what on that nat 20 here, but so it's a pass for Nocti.
22.
And you're
and then-
just close enough as well. So
15.
unfortunately, you are sickened, but it doesn't
That is
matter
fine.
right now. You just the smell is rough. Okay, so Nocti moves up, and Nocti is not too bothered by the smell. So you're good to go there.
And Chomp. 17 to hit.
It's a hit.
For 3 jaws damage.
Nocti just starts chomping on its ankle.
And that is all of my action.
Oswin, you're up. Your party is already pretty much decimated these guys, but there's one left that Nocti is currently distracting.
All right. We'll move up here.
Fortitude save, sorry. I want to remember it this time.
All right.
Because the smell is bad.
Let's give it a go.
Oh yeah, easily. Not even
Beautiful.
bothered.
I am gonna hop up here. Oh crap! Why?
What's up?
Back on the road.
It seems like it's sorry. It's just like it seems like I still can't see.
Yeah, the
Oh, never
light.
mind.
Yeah.
Lighting, just a light.
It's because
My bad.
Ashay has your only torch right now.
Yep, makes sense. All right, I'm just gonna point blank shoot this guy in the face.
Go for it.
Oh, before that, I will hunt prey.
All right. That is a hit.
All right.
All right, so you run right up to him, and then as he's reacting, trying to get his spear up in the way to block your strike, you act like you're swinging your staff and then just fire a shot with it instead. He's not ready for that at all, so it just hits him directly on the forehead, and he's not dead, but he's quite dazed by that hit. I think that's all 3 actions, right? So,
yep.
Back to Ashay. Your second one.
All right, I'm gonna move forward.
All right.
Cool. You guys can see now.
Yay.
I'm going to spend an action to retch.
So Ashay just stumbles forward and starts throwing up.
Do I have to roll anything watching this?
Yeah. I don't. That's not a pass. So you're still sick, unfortunately.
Yep, I figured.
So you have 1 action left.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Oswin.
All right. Spell effect, guidance. Oop. That was not what I... There we go. Boom. Spell effect, guidance applied. And let's do guidance immunity just for good measure. Ogden, you're up.
I move. I slash. A 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
There's 9 damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Hey.
Where did it get hit with the pellet? Did you say it was in
Right in
its
the forehead.
chest or? Oh, right in the forehead. I would probably just like take my sword and stab right into where it got hit.
All right. So it's reeling from that, and then you just stab directly in the place where that blow already landed, and its limbs just go limp, and then you pull out your blade and it falls to the ground, and we are no longer in an encounter.
Oh, I forgot to. Am I sick now too?
Oh, yes, you're sick now too. Just in time, unfortunately. You are sick. So everyone's just nauseated, but maybe it came at the end of your turn here, because it was like you stab into it and it just a bunch of its internal fluids smell so
Charred
much
fish.
worse. Yeah, that and charred. Yeah, it's a bad combination.
I'm gonna retch.
Can I take my first action to retch on its body?
Yes, you can all take as many actions as needed to retch. Okay, Ogden is no longer sick. Ashay is no longer sick. Ayla and Osmond never got sick, but Ayla, you're still sick. Oh wait, no, you just rolled a 28. You're no longer sick. Okay.
Hey,
All right,
I'm
everybody
sick
finishes
saying
throwing up.
to roll a nat 20.
No, it was just for some reason the two rolls happened like at once, and I only saw the second one. Yeah. So as I described, yeah, fair enough. Also, if anyone wants to take a look at what the bodies might be, they didn't have a ton on them. Some clubs and javelins, some simple things, but you can loot them if you want them.
Yeah, what knowledge check do I need to roll to recall what they are now that we've killed them?
What skill would you try to apply here, right? Because like
Nature.
nature,
What do I think about Lore Underworld asking for a friend?
you've never seen these in relation to Lore Underworld.
Dang it.
You can give me nature, Ogden, sure.
Is this private? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a recall knowledge.
Can I also make a nature roll?
Sure.
Nature. Fine.
So both of you are very confident that these things are not natural, or like they're not from the nature you understand.
Okay.
I would point at it and be like, these aren't supposed to be here.
I'm gonna try occultism.
Okay.
Sorry, that was supposed to be blind.
Yeah.
May I delete it?
Yeah. Give me a secret one.
And of course, it's not.
Nope, you did it again.
It won't let me choose blind.
That's weird. How are you clicking it?
I'm just right-clicking on the occultism button.
Over in the Foundry chat, there's a drop down, like right above the chat box, and you can probably set it there. Kind of a pain to have to do that for every roll, but that's kind of the backup.
There we go.
All right. So Ashay looking over these bodies and piecing things together here, as you plug your nose and work through the smell here, trying to look at these now mutilated corpses after all these weapons have hit them. These are Zulgoths. They are creatures of the Dark Lands, which you would know based on that knowledge check, are like a series of immense caverns, vaults, and passages that are all deep underground beneath the surface. It's basically, well, not the underworld, but the underworld. It's
So
not
kind of like the
lore
Underdark.
Kind of like the Underdark, yeah. I was just making another lore underworld pun, but unfortunately, lore underworld does not help you here.
I mean, I do like Lore Underworld though.
But yeah,
Alright.
they're from deep dark, yeah, like the Underdark, basically.
I'm gonna share that information and then voice my concern as to how they got up here.
Well, I mean, they probably came up, right? Like
From where?
the under thingy. I mean,
Yeah, that implies that there is a pathway in this network of caves to under.
oh, yeah, I don't like that option.
Yep,
Does
me
this
neither.
look like a tunnel over here?
Over here?
Yeah.
Yes, it does look like a tunnel.
It looks like stairs going down to me.
But do you want to go over and take a look?
I mean, for as much as I can look into the darkness.
All right. So yeah, the light shines down into it, and the light fades away. You don't see the end of it with your torch, but it does just appear to go down, down, down.
Well,
I
it
know.
is definitely worth boarding some of this up so that more of these guys can't just come up and raid the fishery.
Do
Yeah,
I know if kobolds are from the Underdark?
They are not. I think since we already figured out kobolds earlier, I can just tell you that.
is the dragon.
Kobolds kobolds do tend to stick underground, but they don't tend to be like all the way down in the Darklands. Kind of like surface, like right up near the surface, underground dwellers usually. I think that's my recollection, at least. They might also, they basically just try to hide anywhere there's not sun. Like they might even just hide in dense forests or, things
So what
like
I'm
that.
hearing is that they're based.
Yes. Somebody else asked a question. I'm sorry. What was it?
Yeah, are the dragons from the deep dark?
No, I don't think so. I'm sure there might be
Okay.
some dragons down there, but not like generally dragons are from there. No.
Well, yeah, I was asking about the green worm that we just fought.
Yeah, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
At least there's nothing listed about that in the adventure. I can say confidently.
All right. So let's, when we go back, how destroyed were the barrels? Does it look like we can rebuild the barricade?
Pretty destroyed. You smashed them.
I
Also,
mean,
I'll
we
just
probably
reveal this.
want to have somebody from Otari build a permanent barricade.
That seems like it would be wise.
We should probably also ask someone about the deep dark to see if there is a better way to seal it from our world.
I like that we've gone from the Darklands to it's like the Underdark to it's the Deep Dark. It's great.
Can I take out and
Everybody,
light my torch?
regardless of what name we call it, everybody gets what we're saying, so it works. What'd you say, Ella? Sorry.
Can I take out and light my torch?
Of course.
I like being able to see.
It's like the corner universes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tunnel. Oh, this tunnel goes off the map.
Mm-hmm. It goes on so far that your light fades and you don't see the end of it.
Oh, hey, I found a small bag.
Indeed.
Ooh.
It was tucked away between some pillars in the back.
Go, go, go.
Party stash.
There we go. Jordan, can you make that look neat?
Party stash, sure.
Yeah, because now it's got 2 iterations of gold and silver pieces.
Shit.
No.
Is there a...
Where are you going?
Here, how about I do you one better, and I just distribute the coins for now, because they're weightless anyways.
Cool.
Okay, I got pathfinding.
Yeah, you just yeet yourself.
You got pathfound to where?
You see how that, like, there's a little cave in up here?
Yeah,
Where Noctis is? Yeah, I was like, oh, can I walk through this? And no,
Oh.
I could not walk through that.
Well, you might, if you walk up there, I just didn't even notice you walked up there, but you do notice this area up here looks more recently dug. Like it's not natural. You can even see like the floor texture is different underneath you. This does not look like natural digging. Or this does not look like natural erosion. It looks like it was dug by hand, and then a bunch of stones are piled up, which also do not look natural. So you might be able to dismantle the stones here or something, but yeah.
Well, I don't think we should dismantle anything. We should get the wizard or someone down here to seal this.
I mean, What do I?
Healing things.
What skill would be like keeping a map in my head since my character doesn't have access to the map?
I mean, survival would make sense to me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was gonna try to map the place.
Yeah. So like survival would make sense for that, I think. Or if you want to like actually draw a map, like that might be harder with like tools and stuff, but yeah.
I was just making a survival roll to see if I knew that it would end up in the living quarters of the kobolds.
Right. So yeah, Shay, you've been like down, around, and twisted all about in here, and like you feel like you've gone up and down and around multiple times, and you have no idea where that connects.
Fair enough. I'm not great at survival.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm gonna do a blind survival, but I do have the compass, so I don't get the -2.
Yeah, what does the compass do?
So when you attempt to sense direction, you make a survival check. Without a compass, you take a -2 item penalty to checks to sense direction.
Ah, that makes sense. Right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. I think this would probably count as that action if I thought of that action, so that makes sense. So Ashay's roll was even worse. I think if I knew that ahead of time, that would have been a crit fail. So Ashay, you are very sure that this room connects back to that other dragon tunnel room. You're definitely sure that's where it connects.
Are we also in the deep dark right now?
You don't think you're in it, no. But Ogden, you're very sure that it connects to the kobolds' living quarters. Ashay is very sure that it connects to the dragon's den.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about the Underdark, obviously, but considering we can still see the light of our torches,
The Darklands.
I think we're not in it, right? The Darklands.
Oh no, I was making a joke about Ashay's roll getting so bad that she thought she was down there.
Oh, I did not get that at all.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. All right.
But yeah, I
So,
would point out that probably goes to the living quarters.
Are you sure?
I look at my compass and I turn around a little bit. I think so.
Okay, because I could have sworn it would lead to the dragon cave.
They're basically the same place, right? Like, they're right next to each other. Should we check out the other end of this tunnel, though, before something else exists?
I would
Yeah.
say that's a good thing.
All
all
right.
right. So, which one are you going to? This deep dark tunnel or the dragon deep dark tunnel?
This tunnel over here.
I was.
Oh God! Oh,
over-
you're going so fast. Okay, pause. Sheesh.
Sorry.
Okay. So let's just verify: did Ogden just take off at Mach 7 without the rest of his party, or are the rest
No.
of you walking with Ogden?
Ogden took off to show you the direction that we had just agreed to go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I just wanted to verify that because things do happen when you enter rooms. So.
I mean,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
we all know that I can deactivate the mermaid trap, so
True.
I was thinking, down here.
Okay. So everyone, go ahead and move yourselves into your marching
I would
order and
probably
stuff.
stop like right here.
Okay, fair enough. I can reactivate the rushing water sounds because it's rushing water. Oh.
And I would roll perception, I believe, to check for traps and
Yeah.
such.
Okay, just everybody give me perceptions as you're moving into this room. Let me catch Ozma and Coda up a little bit.
Like,
Both it there. Okay, that works. So yeah, you enter into this room, or you get on the edge of the room, I suppose, and you see there's just this large puddle of water here, just kind of like constantly pouring out in this location, and there's a strange chamber, like sort of crackling with magical energy, there's pulsing orbs in each corner of the room. There's one that appears to be made of like brown earth and stone and is glowing like a dull fiery orange. There's one that's bright with like actual fire itself, just spinning and crackling and moving and twisting. And there's one that is, it looks like a glass marble that's filled with like swirling cloud that's just constantly spinning. And you can just hear the sounds of these things all around you as their magical energies just course through this room. Yeah, then the space that you Ogden and Ayla are standing in, basically, there's like shattered pieces of glass and stone and things around there, and water is like constantly just pumping out of the air, forming the puddle beneath you and dripping down and making that rushing water beneath you. It's like you could probably, guess that there was an orb of water here that has been shattered and is now just constantly pumping out water.
I have a repair kit. Can I attempt to repair, or is it just
I'm
gone?
not done. Sorry. I'm
Okay,
reading.
great.
No, it's all good.
I feel like glass is too much to repair.
Yeah, that's probably not. So you roll, you move up into the room, you feel all these things, and like just as you get to the position Ogden is in now, the orb on the far side of the room breaks open and a creature crawls out, and the light from that orb fades away as it just kind of condenses down into the small rat made of fire. And we're gonna roll for initiative. So it seems like everybody was doing perception, is what would make sense to me.
I like fire rats.
Yeah. Where is the... There we go. It's the sound of fire coming from the rat. And the rat will roll for initiative. And you can barely even see the rat under all the smoke that's just sort of pouring out of it all around it. All right. Did everyone roll? I've got Cinderat and Ashay rolled for initiative.
Sorry, my laptop literally just.
Oh no.
Are we not using our perception rolls?
Oh, you're right. I could just yoink those. Thank you. I will just yoink that. So I'll yoink Ogden's. You rolled really well. I'll roll one for Oswin because of technical difficulties. Yes.
Thank you.
All good. And I think that's everybody in. So let's begin the encounter. Ogden, you go first. You see this thing crawl out of the orb, and you're at the head of the pack here. It makes sense. You're ready to go. What do you do?
Can I haven't actually used this before, but can I use the sense motive action? Is it trying to be hostile, or is it like trying to protect something?
Yeah, you can use the sense motive action.
So I roll a perception check. Is this blind?
If you... Hold on. Let me bring it up on my side, too. I think when you go to roll it, it'll give me a description and stuff, too, but it's probably blind. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so secret perception check.
Perception blind.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it is like moving to attack you all. That's all you can really get.
Okay. How tall is this thing in the middle of the room?
Not very tall. It's just like a couple feet high, like platform.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna. Yo. Why does it say 15 feet with 30 feet in parentheses?
On what?
when I like hover over to move up to here, it says 15 feet with 30 feet in parentheses.
Um,
Because I'm trying to move here, yeah.
oops. I think that's supposed to be let's see. Yeah, I think the parentheses is your total on this turn. It just miscalculated because of the way we started combat, I think. That's fine. It's just whatever the first number is good enough.
Okay.
It basically, if you move multiple times, it would add them all up for the parentheses, but it's tracking stuff from before combat. So, yeah, you
Okay.
move up into it, and you enter like this swirling smoke that's around it. So I need you to make a fortitude save.
Cool. 23.
All right, as you push through the smoke and it starts to like, it's hard to breathe in here as this ash and soot in the air is like forcing its way down your mouth and into your nose. But it's just you push through it. You hold your breath for just a second to make your strike. You can continue your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try to use my smoking sword. It's probably not gonna work because it's fire, but
That is a
26
hit.
to hit. Is that a hit or crit?
Just a hit.
Okay. Damage. That is 12 or 11 damage plus 1 fire.
All
I
right.
assume it doesn't take the fire damage, but
Yeah, and I think Foundry will automate all of this for me. It does. Sweet. So you hit it and kind of reels back from the pain of the blow, but yeah, it does not appear to be affected by the fire.
and that's my turn.
So you moved and you attacked.
I sense motive move
Oh,
and
yes.
attack.
I forgot the sun's motive. Thank you. All right. It is now its turn. Oh, I should have. I'm sorry. I need you to roll me one more d20 because the rat is concealed. So you need to roll at least a 5 on a d20 in addition to your attack roll to apply damage because you might just miss because of the smoke in your eyes, basically. Oh no! So you don't actually damage it at all. You tried to swing at it, but the smoke just you push through, and the smoke doesn't affect your senses, and it doesn't make you sick, or like doesn't cause you to cough or anything. But it does get in your eyes, and you're unable to quite meet home with your strike there.
Darn it. I roll a 26 and then a 3, and I'm in.
Exactly. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. So it is still observed, so you're not flat-footed from it or anything. It's just hard to see through all the smoke, basically. And so on its turn now, since you're up on it, it's just going to try and strike you with its jaws. It just tries to do a bit of fire rat nibbles. It's a 17 to hit.
No.
It's going to try again. 7 to hit. Going to try again because fuck it. Why not? 12 to hit. All right. It just starts to bite, just chomp, chomp, chomp. It's not really getting anywhere. Ayala, it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna take out my spell book. And then I'm gonna. Can I recall knowledge to try and figure out what this thing is and or what the heck is going on here?
You can absolutely try to recall knowledge.
All right.
You will have to pick one of those two questions, but yes.
Yes. I think I'd prefer to know.
And if you want to know something about
What
this
is going
creature,
on?
okay, you want to know
Yeah,
what is
okay.
going on. Okay.
Can I use my third action to figure out about the creature?
Yeah, you can spam recall knowledge. That's fine.
Okay.
So first action, you want to try to figure out what's going on in this room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of lore or skill do you think is what you want to apply here?
Well, it's obviously magical things of some sort, so I'd say Arcana.
Yeah, I think Arcana would apply here.
Okay.
Just give me a secret check. Okay. You look around the room, and clearly there's some elemental magic shit going on here, but you feel like you're gonna need more time studying runes and things to figure out exactly what this room is.
Okay.
But it definitely is some place of arcane or primal magical power. I'll give you that much at least.
All right. And then can I use my knowledge of primal magic to learn about the creature?
Yeah, yeah. So for
Okay.
primal, that would be nature. So nature check
Yes.
makes perfect sense.
Lie.
Okay. What do you want to know about the creature? I should ask, because it's
Um,
yeah, that's important.
I'd like to know its weaknesses.
Okay. So you recognize this as a cinder rat. So I'll go ahead and I guess that already put itself in the chat. I should not have given you the name Cinder Rat yet, but now you undercover as a Cinder Rat, and you remember quite clearly a diagram in a book you've seen of these things where somebody was dumping a pail of water onto it. And you think so? Yeah, like you need to get it wet. That's its weakness.
Um, and then I will relay that to the party by saying, "Hey, if we can get it wet, that might help, I think." And that's all my actions.
Oswin, you're up. If your technical difficulties are over, hopefully.
Yes, they are.
Awesome. You're no
I
longer
was gonna
guided.
Can't get it wet, but I can do this.
Yeah. Alright, you run into the room, you see a rat covered in smoke.
Same turn as before. Run over, hunt prey, shoot.
Alright. Alright, roll me a d20 just to see if you get a 5 or higher as well because of the smoke. Alright, so that is a hit.
Awesome.
Alright, 12 damage. Nice. So your projectile disappears into the smoke and you just hear a solid thunk and you hear like a rat squeak in the distance.
That is my turn.
Alright, Ashay.
All right, I am going to stride.
Alright.
Let's see. I can't remember how far I can go. 30 feet, so 5, 10. Can you see how far that is? Is it doable?
Where are you trying to go? You didn't move very far on my screen. You moved like 2 spaces on my screen, which is definitely doable. But
Yeah, I'm trying to move to the other side of Ogden.
okay, that definitely did not come through on Foundry. Just if you want to ping where
I
you're
was
ending
trying
up.
to use a measuring tool, and I wasn't sure if you guys could see it.
Oh no, only your actual token.
I guess that's as far as I can go.
I think that's about 30 feet. Yeah. So that's 1 stride.
Mm-hmm.
You still have
I'm
2
gonna take a
actions.
second stride to go here, and then an action for shield.
All right. Before you get that shield up, give me a fortitude save as you enter the smoke. All right. You become sickened by the fumes. It's a bad
Lovely.
day for Eshe's insides, sadly. Your digestive system's not doing so hot today.
Oh no. It's a regurgitative system.
All right. Yeah. I have a
Right.
shield.
So you rush forward with the shield, the magical shield raised, and then it is Ogden's turn once again.
Okay. I heard what Ayla said. I assume, is this going to be all of my actions, or do I not have enough actions to drop my sword, open my backpack, take out my water skin, and dump it on the fox?
So
Or the rat?
it would be drop sword. One act is free. One action to take out your backpack. One action to take out the water skin, and then one action to dump it. Yeah, that would work. That's 3.
Okay, that's going to be what I'm going to do.
All right.
I will drop sword, because clearly it didn't do anything against this thing.
Well, to be fair,
take
you
out-
missed.
I don't...
You swung through the air and you didn't connect with anything. So
I assume smoke sword didn't hit smoke, because smoke, no
Yeah.
smoke.
true. That's fair.
So do I roll a d20 to see if I hit it with the water?
Yeah. Give me a. I'm trying to think exactly what this would be. I think just roll me a dexterity check, essentially.
A dexterity.
I guess dexterity
check.
with proficiency. So
How do I roll just a dexterity check?
yeah, I'm not sure how exactly this works. There's got to be some way to do like improvised stuff, but I'm not
I'm
sure.
just gonna.
Hold on. Improvised weapons. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Okay, you just make a normal attack roll with a -2, is what the rules say.
Okay, so like my unarmed strike attack roll with a -2.
Yeah, that works. Unarmed strike -2.
Circumstance -2. 27.
Sheesh. Okay, well that's not a crit. That is a hit. You lean over and splash some water on it. It just kind of, the water just kind of splashes against it, and now you have a wet fire rat.
I'm gonna yell curses,
As unfortunately,
and then that's my turn.
Ayala's knowledge check was a critical fail. Alright, it's the Cinder Rat's turn. Alright, you're both actually concealed from it due to the smoke, which means it has a less chance to hit you, but it's going to try anyways. And actually, I think Ogden, a fortitude save against the sickness.
Fight against the sickness
Bam, you're second. Oh no, the sickness.
with a 21.
Yep. And now it's gonna try and nibble at you with its jaws. Ah! 13 to hit.
No.
It's gonna do it again. Ah, 24 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 12 fire damage, Ogden,
Mm-hmm.
and you also take 1d4 persistent fire damage, which I think, if you don't apply that damage yet, I think I can do thing.
All right. I took the -12.
Yeah, heal it back up.
Oh.
I'm gonna do an automated thing.
All right. I'm full health now.
Okay, and then I think I do this. Yeah, it added the persistent damage. Perfect. So now
Ow.
you'll be automatically taking some fire damage on your turns as well, because you're on fire. And then the rat is gonna try to bite. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. 1d20. I have to be fair. Okay, it does pass the flat check. That's gonna try to light Ashay on fire as well. Pretty unlikely. Yeah, it misses. Okay, that's its
She
turn.
thrives in the fire.
Yeah, that's fair. But it's more about the smoke is getting in the rat's eyes too. So, Ayala, you're up. Your gambit with the water
I'm
unfortunately
muted.
failed, and you're muted.
Um,
You just heard me yell curses across the room as
I see that there is still fire and that
To be
nothing
fair,
happened.
it honestly, it's probably really hard for you to see. Ogden and Eshe are like in smoke right now, and you can't really see them very well.
I'm gonna command Nocti. That's a good thing to do. Nocti. Oh, it collides with a wall.
But
I don't know.
Is Nocti currently colliding with the wall, or where are you trying to put Nocti?
I'm trying to put Nocti over next to the rat.
That might just like. Can you ping where you're trying to go? Right there.
Yeah, yeah.
And
The left of the rat.
This doesn't. How much speed does Nocti have?
35?
Perfect. That's exactly what Nocti needs.
Okay.
Because you have to go around the thing in the middle because it's tall.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And then we're gonna cat support benefit.
Okay.
fortitude save.
Fortitude save. Good point.
For Nocti or for me?
For Nocti.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So Nocti is unfortunately second.
For Nocti. Either way, cat support benefit. Wait, I can't move without striding.
Correct.
I'm gonna. I am gonna stride. We're gonna stride over here. And then what am I gonna do? I should have thought of this.
So cat support benefit only triggers if you hit it. So if you want that to do
Yes,
something, you
that's
have to hit it.
the plan.
All right. Double check.
I'm gonna use my third action to channel elements
All right.
and make an elemental blast at the cinder, which is unfortunately not water.
Unfortunate.
13 to hit, which probably won't hit even with the smoke
Correct.
or without the smoke. Yeah. Okay. That is all of my action.
Oswin.
All right. First action, reload. Second action, shoot.
Hell yeah. Oof.
That's one.
Not much you can do about that.
Third action, reload.
All right, Ashay.
One sec.
Ooh.
Chill touch.
Kill touch. I can reveal to everyone. There we go. Fortitude save, I see. Boom. Boom. Ooh, a natural 1, critical failure.
All right. Roll damage, and then it also gets enfeebled.
Ooh. Enfeebled is a condition. It's a status penalty to strength-based rolls and DCs.
Can you make that not private, or at least deal the damage and tell me what it is?
Yeah, so I rolled a 5 on your. You rolled a 5 on damage. It looks like.
Okay.
And it does not look like damage gets doubled on a crit for this one, because it has the status effect instead. But that is. Yes. Boom. Damage. Okay, cool. Double checking that it wasn't resistant to that or anything. All right. So that's 2 actions, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Third action. Well, I've got shield up. No,
Shield.
it's until the start of my next turn.
Yeah,
So I'm
shield
gonna
up.
cast shield again.
All right. Ogden, you're up. You're already sickened, so you don't need to roll again. Do that.
All right,
Unless you
cool.
want to throw up.
Not right now, because I'm gonna grunt as I pick up my sword, because the water didn't work,
True.
and I'm going to target it and attempt to attack. Attack 1, 26 to hit.
That's a hit.
Roll a d20.
That's a
14.
hit. Confirmed. Let's go.
Damage.
Damage. Boom.
10
Big hit.
damage.
You finally
And I'm
land a
going-
hit on it, and it works.
That's why swords are better than water. I'm going to attempt a second attack. A 24.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Roll the d20. 17.
That's a
yes.
Let's go.
I did 8 more damage.
Woo! All right, you smack as you pick up your sword. And it's its turn.
Actually, do I take my persistent burning damage on my turn or its turn?
You take it at the end of your turn and roll me a d20 to see if you get a 15 or higher. Roll recovery check. Just click the... Oh, wait. Here, let me...
No,
that works.
I rolled a
You rolled a nat
20.
20. We'll keep the nat 20. That's fine. I will remove your persistent damage manually. There you go. All right. You did it. Nice.
I would have been sad.
Well, since you're just recently on fire, so it's going to attempt to put a Shay on fire. Bite. Yeah. Miss. 13 to hit. It's gonna try and do it again. 11 to hit. It's gonna pivot and try to bite Nocti. 16 to hit Nocti.
That misses. Wait, no, that hits. That's exactly Nocti's AC.
Yeah, meets it, beats it. All right, so, bam.
Why couldn't it have hit me for that one?
Don't know. It was like it gave up on hitting you. So if I do this, boom. Damage. All right, Nocti takes 4 points of fire damage and 1d4 persistent fire damage for the future. And it is your turn, ALO. Nocti lights on fire.
Nocti to stop, drop, and roll.
Yes, I think. I'm trying to remember the exact rules for persistent damage. It has a chance of just going out at the end of your turn automatically, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so you can do assisted recovery, which allows you to make an additional flat check before the end of your turn, requiring 2 actions. Something like stop, dropping, and rolling. Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna have Nocti do that. I'm gonna have Nocti retch.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Was it biting?
Yes.
Is that a strength-based roll, and did it take the penalty?
Yes, it took the penalty.
Okay.
Boundaries all automated like that. Boom. Love it.
Just wanted to make sure.
I appreciate you checking, but yes, it does have a little enfeebled -1 on my attack rolls. Which I think is gone now. How long does the enfeebled last for? Going up in the chat, enfeebled for 1 round, so it's no longer enfeebled. Ah, there we go. But it did last for that turn, so.
Little rat.
What's Nocti doing? I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Nocti is retch.
Oh no.
23?
Nocti, has a hairball, probably a fiery hairball, because Nocti is on fire.
Oh. Is Nocti better?
Yep. Nocti's no longer
Okay.
sickened.
And then cat support benefit.
Yep. Classic.
And then using my other 2 actions, I'm gonna make a 2-action elemental blast.
Hell yeah.
So I have to roll a d20 because it's concealed.
Yeah, so it is concealed and it has cover. It's going to be pretty hard. But you can
Okay.
try. It's got cover because Ogden and Nocti and Ashay are in the way, basically. Yeah, it's a miss.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna use my free movement to come over here.
The hashtag just kineticist things. Free movement. Oswin, we're back to you. You saw poor Nocti get lit on fire.
Oh boy. Poor Naki. I am going to fire off a quick shot.
Go for it. That is a hit, even with cover.
Roll
Alright.
for concealed though.
Oh yes, roll for concealed. Good point. Thank you.
Oh.
Also, does Nocti take damage because it was the end of Nocti's turn?
Yes. Roll a d4 and then a d20 to see if it ends after that. Alright, so that is a hit, Oswin.
Alright, and then I'll just reload and have Kodo move.
Okay. Naki is still on fire.
Oh.
How much damage did Oswin do?
Oswin, yeah, how much damage did you? You,
I
you
did not roll
successfully
damage.
hit. Yeah. Alright,
Six.
bonk. Alright. Ashay, you're up. This thing is near death. See the flame starting to flicker and fade as it's barely clinging to life here.
Chill touch.
Alright. Fortitude save. I always forget. It's not an attack. It sounds like with a touch it would be an attack. It's not. Fortitude save. That's a success. Basic fortitude save, so it still does half damage. Alright, I will reveal that. So that is 3 points of damage. That's 2 actions.
I'm gonna cast shield again.
Alright. Ogden, it's your turn to finish the job.
You know what I'm gonna
Alive.
do.
Yep.
Slashy, slashy.
That's a
There's a
hit.
hit.
Roll
I
a
hit?
d20.
I don't hit.
Oh, you don't hit.
I'm gonna do my second hit with exacting strike. So
Ooh.
if I have a third attack, I don't take a penalty. That's a miss. Third attack is a miss.
Oh no.
No.
Cinderat's turn. Cinderat says that Ashay should be more on fire. Oof, but it's only a 14 to hit. It just cannot land hits today. Let's go try again. 15 to hit. Fuck. And it's gonna try again. Oh, natural 20. There we go. I'm sorry.
Does a
Ashay.
shield block do anything?
A shield block does do something, yes. So if you want to take that reaction, I'll scroll back up to the shield spell. So your shield has a hardness of 5.
Do you not need to raise shield with a magic shield?
That is what the shield cantrip does, is it raises a magical shield. Essentially.
Ah, okay.
Yep, it's pretty sick. It raises the shield you don't have. it's great.
It also works against magic missile.
Yeah, which is based. Okay, so you take the shield block reaction, which will subtract 5 damage from what you take, essentially.
Cool.
I think that's how that works. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah, up to the shield's hardness, which is 5. Then you and the shield take each remaining damage. That's fine. With the shield spell, I don't think it has a health bar. So I'm going to roll the damage, and then you're going to take the damage minus 5. That is 20 points of fire damage exclusively.
Is that with the -5?
And before you do that, if I target you and oh, I can do that. Is this so? I have a shield block button I can toggle on my sheet. But you don't have a shield. Do you have the shield effect to apply to yourself? There we go. So now if I hit this, and if I hit damage, it should apply the damage correctly. So you still have 5 HP thanks to your shield block. Oh, that's so cool. It even gives me like a little summary of exactly what happened on that turn. Automation, we love it. And then you're gonna take that 2d4 persistent damage on your turn. So you're not doing so great, Ishay, all of a sudden. As it finally, perhaps it bites at you a couple times, you just block, and then it finally just jumps up and goes for the throat and just lights you on fire finally. And then it's Ayala's turn.
All right. First I'm gonna command Nocti. And Nocti is gonna use her big fluffy tail to attempt to swipe the legs out from underneath this rat, by which I mean cat support benefit.
All right. Cat support benefit. Ah!
And then Nocti's gonna use her movement to go throw herself in the water.
Okay. I will say, just as a bit of DM fiat here, throwing yourself in the water removes persistent fire damage.
Oh, good.
So we'll do that. Because I think dropping prone is a free action, and you can just do that.
A very soggy cat.
Dropping prone is not a free action, actually.
Oh, well.
But that's fine.
Nocti's in
We'll
the
say it
water
for
now.
I'll say Nocti is short enough that Nocti gets special privileges for submerging water. Alright, what do you do the rest of your turn?
Elemental Blast.
Elemental Blast. So, I will say, just, I don't want to burst your bubble too much here about that plan. The cat support benefit does say, strikes that damage a creature within your cat's reach.
Ah, dang it. My plan.
No, the plan.
You know...
You can just reorder the events, though, right? So you attack, Nocti's cat support benefit goes off, then Nocti moves or something, right? That's fine. I think you can interleave actions like that.
I don't think I can.
Maybe not. So that's fine.
Can you
The
give
plan.
Nocti free movement?
I can only take my free movement for myself.
Okay.
Nocti can have a little fire as a treat.
Okay, so
Can
Nocti's
you
still on
set
fire.
Nocti on fire again?
I can't, but it's fine. We'll just
Okay.
remember it.
Okay, cat support benefit, and Nocti's also gonna fight the evil rat.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a miss.
Okay. That's
you
the wait, is it? I thought it was a 5 or
Oh,
less.
you were doing you're doing it in that order. I was doing it the other order usually.
Yeah.
'Cause-
26 to hit.
That is a hit. Yes, okay, that's gonna be a hit no matter what. It's fine. I was gonna say second might change that, but it really wouldn't.
Nocti retched to get rid of second last time she was in
Yeah,
range.
but when you're not second at the start of a turn, you can get second again.
Oh, that's
You're not
rude.
immune to it, so yeah. If you're,
Well,
it will only bring you up to second one. So if you were second one, you wouldn't have to roll again, but that's fine.
21.
Okay,
Against
Nocti is second. It doesn't change the roll at all,
Okay.
but Nocti will have to hairball again later. It's fine.
Oh,
How does Nocti want to do this, though? Is the real question. Because Nocti is still on
Nocti-
fire in this imaginal version of reality.
Nocti sets her big fluffy tail by the rat in an attempt to knock it over as soon as it gets hit again, but jumps the gun a little bit, knocks the rat over and pounces on it, coming up with a cleanly hunted cinder rat,
All right.
while also looking very disheveled and on fire and unhappy about her day.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna cast 3-action heal.
Fair enough. So yeah, as the combat ends and you all have a moment to breathe, 3-action heal goes out. And you can go ahead and roll that healing. But otherwise, why is that so zoomed out? I don't know. It's fine.
I forget that I have it set to. I set the thing to blind you, Emerald.
Beep. There you go. Beep. That should have revealed all of it. 7 healing for everybody.
For everybody?
Yeah,
Whoever-
the 3-action version is
Yes.
anybody within that teal green emanation thing gets 7 point.
Yo!
And after those encounters, you all get an additional 200 XP total for both encounters combined.
Alright, which one of these pillars is waking up next?
That's what we'll
Well-
figure
Goddamn.
out next time because we've been here for 2 hours.
Can those of us on fire also put out the fire, please?
Yes, that's fine. You can
Okay.
put your fire out. It only takes
I
you
would like
an action. So
I would like to vomit.
okay, we can. You know, it's almost funnier if we get back to it next time and we open the session with everyone just simultaneously vomiting. So that's where we'll be next time.
Alright, that works.
Love it.
Last time on Pathfinder, we just cold open with everybody vomiting. That's it.
Literally me this morning.
Oh no!
Oh.
I'm sorry. Unfortunate. But yeah. Hey, good stuff this week. I think you've
Yeah.
gone to pretty much all the rooms in the dungeon at this point. I'll just say to make it easy. There's still those
Yeah,
tunnels to
except for
explore.
Tank depths.
Yeah, there's still some tunnels to explore and see where they go, whatever. But as far as like actual dungeon content, we did it! Woo! Round of applause for you all. You've killed all the things. It's a full clear. We did it.
Yeah.
Spoilers. There's 2 more elemental things.
True.
It's an S rank clear.
S rank clear, exactly. Nobody died. It's a flawless victory.
Well, a few people went down.
But nobody died.
But they
No.
didn't die. They went
Yeah.
unconscious.
Yeah.
You gotta break a few eggs.
Gotta break a few armor pieces and ribs and
Exactly.
bones.
You gotta break a few ribs to make an omelet. It's just how it goes.
My favorite adventurer phrase from the old Otari adventurers.
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, I personally order all of my omelets with an entire rack of ribs in it.
True.